Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world, whatever time of day it is. Thank you for taking some time and joining us. We're here to talk to you today about LifeVantage, the incredible company and products that we offer. And we're going to be discussing some crazy scientific terms like mitochondrial decline and oxidative stress and free radicals and nutrigenomics. Don't be afraid by any of that. We're not afraid of it. We're going to make it easy to understand and digest. Forgive us if we make any little faux pas or mistakes along the way as we're recording this live, but thank you for joining us. And now we'd like to take just a couple of minutes to briefly introduce who we are and how we came to the company.
All right, so we are Angie and Garrett Harper out of Brentwood, California, where we live with our two boys, ages 12 and 14. And I just wanted to give you a brief background of how I came to LifeVantage just about 2 years ago now. My background is in teaching, and I was also a small business owner for 9 years. And those of you out there familiar with running your own small business know the amount of stress that comes along with it. And I was no different. Throughout the course of running my business, I developed upper back pain and daily headaches. And I literally tried everything out there to alleviate my pain. I tried chiropractors, acupuncturists, deep tissue massage, physical therapy, yoga, until eventually I went to my doctor and I said, I can't live with this pain anymore. I don't care what you give me. And so he prescribed me a pharmaceutical, which I took for 3 years. And the side effects of that pharmaceutical were, at the end of the day, even worse than the pain that I was enduring. And throughout this time, my good friend Tara Wilson was posting about the little yellow pill on Facebook, and I watched her quietly, not thinking that it was for me, until one day I just said, you know what do I have to lose? So I called her. I started taking the little yellow pill, and within 3 months, my pain was gone and has not returned. And within 6 months, it became clear to me that the power of these products were so great that I wanted to share it with everybody. And so I decided I was going to sell my business and I was going to jump in with both feet to this opportunity, which I did.
And I don't jump feet first into anything without thoroughly researching it and try to understand what I'm getting into. So I was the skeptic of all skeptics when Angie first started this. My background is exercise physiology, although somehow I wound up in software sales, go figure. But I've got a very analytical mind, and I like to understand things from the inside out, upside down, 360-degree view. I've been around the supplement industry virtually my entire life, having been a gym owner in the past, as well as a competitive strength athlete. So if there's a supplement out there, I've probably tried it or at least researched it enough, and generally found out that 99% of them don't work. So to say that I was a skeptic was kind of an understatement. However, after seeing my wife's success with the products, and after some, shall we say, very persuasive talking on her part, I finally decided to try the products myself and had a very similar experience. While I didn't have any chronic pain, I certainly noticed that it helped me recover better from training. It helped me to sleep better. I mean, my gosh, I haven't slept this good in years. So the science behind these products is real. We're going to talk about that science. We're going to talk about how these work and just hopefully give you a good understanding of what LifeVantage is all about. Nutrigenomics is a term that I mentioned on the first page, and this is not a new term, but it's not one that's well known by the general public. And nutrigenomics is basically the science of understanding how nutrition and your genes work together. The goal here obviously being to either prevent disease or to make you healthier in the long run. So it's combining nutritional compounds that have been proven scientifically to have medicinal properties and causing your body to essentially turn on certain genes and make you healthier and feel better. And this is something that's received quite a bit of attention in the press as of late. It's been featured on both the Today Show and on Fox News, with comments just talking about, hey, this is kind of a new wave of science here, and it's a way of altering your body's DNA to make you healthier. So it's not relying on a pharmaceutical compound, but it's relying on a natural compound to help with the healing process. This is not a small market. By 2023, it's expected to reach $17 billion. So there's a lot of significant opportunities for companies involved in the nutrigenomics market. Where did LifeVantage start? Well, the company was founded in 2003, It's publicly traded on the NASDAQ under the LFVN symbol. And we were actually formerly sold on retail shelves. So we were in GNCs and other health food centers around the world. But as you'll soon see, this is not a product that just sells itself. It's something that requires testimony. It's something that requires a story to be told along with it because of the complexity of the science involved. And luckily, John Quinones got curious about that science involved, and he did a nice special on the ABC Primetime show where he did blood work pre and post Protandim using our products. And the changes that he saw in his blood work and his overall health were amazing. And that garnered us a lot of media attention. It allowed the company to switch from a retail sales model to a direct sales model a couple of years later. And most importantly, is it got the attention of a lot of major universities and medical centers around the country who decided to do their own self-funded independent research on LifeVantage's products. And we'll get into that research a little bit later in the presentation. So what is LifeVantage basically trying to do? Well, we're trying to help with aging and making the body feel younger and helping you live longer and have a fuller life. And in order to understand that, we need to look at the biochemical effects of aging. And there's basically two primary effects of aging: oxidative stress on the body and mitochondrial decline. And we're going to break these down separately and get into each of these individual topics next. What is oxidative stress? Well, you see oxidative stress every day. Probably the most common and the most famous example is the Statue of Liberty. It's made out of copper, but which is oxidized from that brilliant copper shine to a nice, lush green patina. This is what copper looks like when it undergoes oxidative stress. You ever buy fruit at the store and let it sit out a little bit too long on the counter? You can see it changing colors. These are the sugars being oxidized in the fruit. Beautiful rock formations. Rocks typically don't have all these amazing colors on them unless they undergo oxidative stress with oxygen reacting with the minerals and chemicals in the rocks. How about rust? The old rusty car that's sitting in your neighbor's backyard that you just hate to look at? Rust is a primary example of oxidative stress. And of course, in the human body, simply the cause of aging, right? As we age, we undergo oxidative stress. It causes wrinkles to appear, it causes hair to turn gray, and a whole bunch of other things. So these are some primary examples of oxidative stress that you may encounter every day. Okay, what causes oxidative stress? Well, oxidative stress is caused by free radicals. These are actual things that occur in your body. So a free radical is basically an atom that's part of a molecule that is missing an electron. And if you remember back from high school chemistry class, all atoms have to have a certain number of electrons to be stable. Well, because free radicals are missing an electron, they are highly unstable and highly reactive. So these careen around the body, interacting with healthy atoms and stealing their electrons, thus causing oxidative stress and damage at the cellular level. This is where the role of antioxidants come in, something you've probably also heard quite a bit about. An antioxidant is an atom that has an electron that it can donate to stabilize a free radical, thus stopping the oxidation process and reducing oxidative stress within the body. So how does the body go about making antioxidants? Well, it's through a process called the NRF2 pathway. This is a biological pathway that exists in the body that's been studied extensively by science. And this is the way it works. When the body undergoes oxidative stress, it triggers the NRF2 pathway to produce more antioxidants. And the body goes through this process basically nonstop throughout the day. And by doing that, you produce your own antioxidants to combat the free radicals in the body. Now, this is where LifeVantage's first product, Protandim NRF2, comes into place. So the Protandim NRF2 Synergizer is designed to bolster this process of producing antioxidants. It uses all natural extracts combined in a proprietary blend to produce a synergistic effect in the body to greatly enhance the production of antioxidants. This reduces cellular stress and it helps the body repair and rejuvenate itself. So when using the Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, when we again encounter oxidative stress and the NRF2 pathway is activated, the amount of antioxidants is greatly increased within the body, upwards of 300%. This is a very powerful way to help the body heal and to recover from the everyday stresses we're all under. Now, we also talked about mitochondrial decline. And before we get into what that is, we have to first understand what is a mitochondria. Well, mitochondria are organelles, or basically small structures within just about every cell of the human body. And they're responsible for the production of energy. So if you think of mitochondria, You can think of them as the powerhouse of the cell, or as the engine of the cell within your body. And in fact, mitochondria produce about 95% of the body's energy. So an extremely important structure within the cell. Mitochondrial decline happens when mitochondria become damaged. So when you have lots of healthy mitochondria in your body, you're up and running like a Ferrari, right? Performing at top level. When the mitochondria become diseased due to stress, you're more like that old rusted jalopy that's sitting in your neighbor's yard. So how does this process happen? Well, we talked about the NRF2 pathway. Now we're going to talk about the NRF1 pathway within the body. So when the body undergoes stress, right? Internal stresses, external stresses, we're surrounded by stress everywhere. It stimulates the NRF1 pathway, which causes the body to repair and produce new mitochondria within the cells. This is where LifeVantage's next product comes into play, the NRF1 Synergizer. Much like the NRF2 Synergizer, the NRF1 Synergizer enhances the NRF1 pathway. It helps the body to produce more mitochondria within the cells and to repair the existing mitochondria. So now, when we look at this process in conjunction with Protandim NRF1, again, the amount of mitochondria and the health of existing mitochondria is greatly enhanced. Now, this is not anything that we're making up. This has been studied by many prestigious universities and medical centers around the world. You may have heard of a couple of these: Harvard, Washington State, Colorado State, Northwestern, Virginia Commonwealth, and so on. Each of these universities and medical centers has undergone their own testing. None of it was funded by LifeVantage. This is all third-party tested and verified by all of these universities. Where can I find these studies? How do I know LifeVantage isn't just making this up? Excellent question. You can go onto PubMed.gov, which is an enormous database that's available online to anybody, where you can research a variety of different products, all of which have been published in peer-reviewed journals. There are currently 24 published studies on the effects of Protandim in the human body. And this is an example of what PubMed looks like. It's got a nice search box. We're going to go ahead and type in Protandim. This is what you'll see on the first page. These are just simply the first 7 articles that come up. We'll just take a look at the very first one here, talking about the influence of NRF2 activation on skeletal muscle. This is the abstract for that study. You see immediately, this is one of them conducted by our friends at Colorado State University. And just in the abstract alone, Protandim is mentioned over 7 times. So this is true science. This is not something that's been influenced in any way by LifeVantage. These are independent studies that prove the effectiveness of the products. All right, we talked about NRF1 and NRF2. Let's now discuss some of the other synergistic products that are available from LifeVantage that work in tandem with those 2 previous products we've already discussed. The first one is our probiotic. If you haven't heard of probiotics, hey, welcome to the 21st century. You may or may not know that your body is full of bacteria, a lot of it healthy bacteria, and especially in the gut, this bacteria helps to regulate the digestive process, and it also helps to regulate the communication between your brain and your gut, signaling when you're full, when you're hungry. Bacteria also affects the absorption rate of nutrients. Most of us do not have healthy gut bacteria. It gets destroyed through medicines like antibiotics, highly acidic foods, and a whole host of other things. So a probiotic supplement is highly recommended to help your body properly absorb nutrients and to help understand and improve the gut-brain communication. What makes our product unique is that it also includes BioTract, which is a product that we license to help control the release of the probiotics within the digestive system. So it doesn't all hit you at once, but you have probiotics released steadily throughout the day. And then Wellmune, which is actually a beta-glucan, which has been proven scientifically to enhance your immune system. Our next synergistic product is the Omega Plus fish oil. I'm sure a lot of you have heard fish oils and are probably even taking some for supplementation. It's FDA approved to lower the blood triglycerides, which are the fats that are found in the blood. Our product contains an ideal ratio of the EPA and DHA omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are incredibly important because they cannot be made by the body. We get plenty of omega-6 fatty acids from all the types of foods that we're eating on a regular basis, but omega-3 is where the magic really happens. This product also, like I said, I was going to mess up a couple times. This product also contains vitamin D and omega-7 fatty acids. About 60 to 70% of the adult population is deficient in vitamin D. So it's been added to the product because vitamin D is much better absorbed in the presence of fat. It is a fat-soluble vitamin. Omega-7s are just starting to be understood by science, but so far the research shows very, very powerful cognitive effects as well as metabolic effects, especially when it comes to diabetes. And then one of the greatest things about this product, it's got a lemon lime flavor. No, not from lemon lime fish that we catch, from an all-natural process that helps eliminate those, shall we say, rather disgusting fish burps that can occur in other fish oil products. So, thank you for taking some time to understand our core products. We actually sell these all individually, but they are also combined in one of our key products known as the Vitality Stack. So it's the NRF2 and NRF1 Synergizers, the probiotic, and the fish oil. Okay, what about some other popular things? What about for people that are working out? What about for pets? What about energy drinks? What about beauty care products? We have all your bases covered there as well. We have a unique system called Physique for athletes. It includes a protein powder that is whey-based along with casein proteins for both quick and slow absorbing proteins. We have a fat-burning product and a gentle cleanse combined with our ProBio that makes up the Physique system. For pets, especially those lovable furry dogs, Protandim. We have a dog that's got arthritis in his hips. When we remember to regularly give him Protandim, he's able to walk up the stairs at night. If we don't, the poor guy sleeps alone downstairs in his bed. It can have an awesome effect, especially on elderly dogs. Energy drinks are all the rage right now. Who hasn't heard of Monster or Red Bull and all their crazy "we'll give you wings" ad slogans? We're not about that, but we are about providing a healthy and effective energy drink that you can take anytime during the day that is not going to give you the jitters, but will give you enhanced focus and enhanced mental clarity. And then finally, our skincare product. This was actually developed after a study was done at LSU where they crushed up the Protandim and they put it on mice with skin cancer and noticed a profound effect on the cancers of the body. So we decided to make an NRF2 activated skin product. It includes a facial cleanser, lotions, eye serums, and an anti-aging cream. And now I'm going to turn over to Angie to talk about the entrepreneur opportunities with LifeVantage.
Wow. Great job, babe. Isn't he good? So social entrepreneurship. What is social entrepreneurship? It's finding solutions and filling the need. And that's exactly what LifeVantage has done. I know when I ran my own traditional business, everything was dependent on me, from the website development to marketing to sales, payroll. With your LifeVantage business, you can run it with your phone or your laptop. So I like to call it a laptop lifestyle. You're taught to use social sharing and simply share the tools that have been given to you. You don't have inventory. You don't have a physical location. Pretty incredible when it comes to running your own business. How do you build your business? Well, there's you, and then there's consumers, which are your customers, and then your distributors under you. And the unique thing about LifeVantage is that 80% of our organization are actually customers. 20% are distributors. And I found that that is unusual in the network marketing industry. And this is my first experience in network marketing. So before this, I had no clue what network marketing was. So it's been an eye-opening experience for me coming from traditional business ownership. And I've learned that when starting in a network marketing company, there are some things that you need to make sure. You need to make sure that the company is not brand new. LifeVantage has been around for 15 years. We went from a $9 million company to currently a $215 million company when we switched to direct sales. Retention rate is also huge. Our retention rate is 82%. That means 82% of people are going to reorder the product. A consumable product is also very important. Quality products. As Garrett just went over, we have 24 studies. We have 7 patents on our products. We have an unparalleled compensation plan, which I'll get into in just a minute. Our training and support is incredible. We have so much support, both online and within our teams locally. And timing, in real estate, they say everything is about location, location, location. Well, at network marketing, it's all about timing. So how far can you take this? Well, there's different ways to get paid. We have a weekly payout, which include our Smart Start bonus, which is 30 to 40% of your first sale. We also have launch bonuses when you bring distributors into your team. We have commissions. When I was getting into this, I had no idea what residual income was. I didn't know that I could make a sale once and get paid on that sale month after month after month. So pretty incredible. And here to the right is an example of what you can make in this business. Those are all the different ranks, starting with the distributor, going all the way up to an executive master Pro 10. And the monthly average income, let's just take a look at a Pro 3, for example, is $580 a month. The elite ranks, an elite Pro 7 is an average of $11,000 a month. And also, once you hit Elite Pro 7, you have the choice to either get a free Jeep. They give you the keys to a Jeep, or you can choose to get $25,000 bonus. Pretty incredible. So how do you get started? Our starter kit is $50, and it is some samples and also some handouts that you can give to people. You can fast track with a pack. We have 3 different choices. We have our silver, gold, and platinum. I always say get in where you fit in. However, being a product of your products is extremely important. The platinum pack has everything we have to offer, including 4 vitality stacks at a 30% savings. Pretty incredible. So what do we expect from you today? Number 1, maybe you want to become a customer. Number 2, you want to join us in this endeavor, and that would be wonderful. Maybe you need more information, and maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you know somebody that would benefit from these products or from this opportunity. So whichever one of these applies to you, do me a favor and get back with whoever shared this overview with you. Ask them questions, get more information. And we just want to thank you. We want to thank you for joining us today and for listening to this overview. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much and have a great day.